Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. If the videos are helping you in your designing process, please tap that like button, hit subscribe, smash that notification bell, and leave me a comment. Also, if you'd like to give me a cup of coffee, hit that super like button. But today what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and design a ring. I'm going to show it two different ways. This will be one video of the first way, and then I'll make another video showing a way to make it maybe a little bit more detail. This one I'm not real happy with, but there's some pretty cool things in here. So I just thought I'd go ahead and make it this way too. So let's do the simple one first. Let's go in and grab the tools and grab a ring rail, and I'll just say that this is what we want here, and we'll go to our Signet ring right away. And I'll just go ahead and accept that for right now. I want to grab a gem, so I'm going to grab me a gem. And then I'm going to drag it up, and we'll bump it out to maybe like around a 8mm, a nice large stone. And then I'll just go ahead and accept this. And then we'll grab our ring again, and we'll edit just a little bit. We want to go in here and bump that up just below the girdle of our stones a little bit, because we're going to do a little manipulation up there. And then also we want to change the shank up a little bit. So let's go over to our shank in our dynamics command, and then I'm going to change the profile a little bit, just something like this one here. And I'm going to bump it out a little, and we'll change this profile here maybe to this thing. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that looks okay. So something like this to get going. And also, let's go back to my top there. I don't really want it that wide out there. So I'm going to bump it into about a 10 point, about 11. So I'll have 1mm. And then I'll bump this one into 11 as well. Hold down shift to be easier. There we go. Okay, so I'll have it something like this. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and accept it. All right, so we've got a nice little signet ring out here for the most part, but we don't really want this, so we're going to take this in, and we're going to well, the reason why I'm going to delete this surface, well, I guess I could explode it. And now when I go down to my command line and type in what, we have a surface, NURB surface, which I guess I could do this, but it gives me these sections separately, and kind of that's really the section that I need. So if I go to a transform and do an auto base, I can slap that auto base down there, and we could work off that. But I'm going to not do it this way. I'm just going to go ahead and go back one more and get this back to one piece, and then I'm just going to delete it. And then down here in my command line, I'm going to go back to CREAS pre-splitting and make sure it's disabled. I want to disable that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a surface curve network. I'm going to select this one, this one, this one, this one, top and mid, and hit enter. And now I get this surface here, and I'm going to hit OK. And when I select it and I go back to the what, it's all a NURB surface. So this is really cool, because what you can do from here, when you do that auto base, you get the entire thing, right? And you can lay out the entire item. So you can do any kind of design on you can do any kind of design on here and do the smartflow over to your item, and it will it's just really cool, because there's a lot you can do here. I'm going to go ahead and take this here, and I'm going to center it. You don't have to do this part. It's just kind of my deal. And then I'm going to change it to a ground plane. I'm going to change to my red layer, and actually I'll just leave it like this for right now. Okay. Now I could probably put a line through the center there, and that might be right where that line is, but I want to make sure, exactly sure where this that line is. But you know, you could probably just draw it across. So I'm just going to go ahead and select on my curve and come down here to from object, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab my UV curves off this. So I'm going to select this object, and then I'm going to select this curve here and then hit enter. Now I know that's right there. It's probably right in the middle, but I just want to make sure. I'm going to click on move, and I'm going to snap from that end point right here on this corner over here to this corner, right? And now I'm going to make sure, it looks like I'm a little off there, so I'd have a gap. So I'm going to go into my transform and go to scale 1D, and I'm going to go over here to select that edge, that end there where the curves are, right? And I'll select there and then just bring it down to where I have a near on, so where intersection or near, right? And I'll select there, and then I'll go ahead and click it one more time. This time I'll grab it from this side and make sure I grab it from here and then snap it right to that end. So now it's right on there, right? Okay, so I'm going to turn this off, and I have this out here. I'm going to take it, I am going to split it with this line here and hit enter, and then just get rid of this here. And I'm going to take this and nuke it, explode it. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I might as well go ahead and get it and put it on the same layer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two, and I am going to go to rebuild, R-E-B-U-I-L-D. 21 points should work. So I'll just go ahead and click enter, and then I'll just turn on my points. And now we'll go into the right side so we can kind of keep an eye on these points. All right, so we have this. I'm going to go ahead and select this one, every other one. Just go through there and select every other one. This is just a real fast way to do this design, but it's not as detailed as I like. And I'll take this one here and this one here, and maybe hold down shift and bump them out just a little so they're more straight. And then I'll just go ahead. Oh, you know what? Let's undo that, because I need to select them like this so that I get on both ends, right? I want both sides. Because there's two curves there. You just can't see the one curve. Something like that, maybe. You don't have to do that part. It's just me. But there were two curves, right? These down here and these. If I just clicked on the one, I only get the one's point. So I want both of them. So now I'm going to grab me a line, and I am going to snap from that. Turn off tangent, turn off quad, turn off near, from that end there to that end there, and then scroll down here and grab this one here and that one there, and then I'll just take those in the middle there, and I will join them together and just check close curve, close curve. All right, so now I can do a sweep. So I'll just do a sweep 2 from this surface here, or that edge there, that edge, the profile, this profile, hit enter. And we don't need any of this over here, so we'll turn it off, and we'll just go ahead and hit enter. All right, so we have this here. All right, so now what we can do is we can go back and turn on our auto base there, right? And go to transform, scroll down here to smartflow, grab that base there, grab our surface here, go over here to our dynamic commands, collect on objects, this object here, and then hit enter. And give it a few, and it'll flow that up there, and we'll take a look and see what it is. There we go. Okay, so we got it up there. Let's see, make sure it's all okay. Looks like it. Yeah. Okay, and now we can just go ahead and hit enter, and we can check it out. There we go. So, you know, I mean, this way, it's the ridges are just kind of not what I like. But, you know, I did want to, you know, if you're wanting to do something quick and it doesn't bother you too much, I guess this can work for you, right? So let's go ahead and there we go. Take all that and we'll just turn it to gray and turn it off. And let's see, we'll take all our yellow because we don't need any of that anymore. And we'll turn that all on gray as well. Take all our yellow and gray it. Okay, now I believe this will be a open surface. There will be a little seam there more than likely. Yep, so we'll have to go to Analyze. We'll go to Show Edges. And there we go. Ooh, what's going on there? I have not seen that before. Wow, that's new. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter because we can just use half the ring. So let's just do that. Make it easy for ourselves. We'll go in here. We'll grab a surface planer and we'll just kind of drag it back there, put it right through the middle there. We'll take this, we will split with this here, hit enter. Give it a second for it to make those splits. Okay, and then we'll just take that one side and delete it, the side that was all jacked up, right? And we'll take this and we will transform, mirror to our other side, and then hit enter. And then we'll take this, and we will join those together. It's a little slow tonight. And we'll take that, close poly surface, so we're good to go. All right, and let's take a look at it. Yeah, there you go. All right, and now what we can do is with this stone here, right? We want to make a little something up here for this stone. Now we got it all hollowed out and everything, right? So it's really nice. But we'll come back to that part in a little bit here. Let's work on this top. I'm going to go ahead and go to my curves and grab extract an ISO curve. And well, yeah, that should be okay, but it's kind of all up and down and everything, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and take that. And we'll take this curve, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually, because it drops down, right? I mean, you can make a cut across there to make it straight, but what we're going to do is I'm just going to go to my top view, go to transform. I'm going to project to C plane, and I'm going to get rid of that first one. And now it's down there at my C plane. And I'm just going to take it and drag it back up to where it's straight. Make it easier for me. Let's turn on wireframe here. But we do want to make sure that the curve is inside our, if I can grab it here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's only half a curve. What happened? Oh, okay. Well, no big deal because we can just mirror it. Did it mirror? I don't see it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, well then we'll just go ahead and take all yellow. Yeah. And we'll join it together. And we'll check that yellow. Planar closed curve. Yep, that's what I want. All right, and it's in our item there, right? Looks like it. Barely. Right here, at least. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll just continue on. We'll go ahead. I'm going to show a different way to make this where these are much more lined up and they're not so sporadic. But this video is just a real quick one. It should be, I hope. So we'll go ahead, go to Tools, and we'll grab a profile, and I'm going to change this profile to an old profile that I made a long time ago for pretty much this exact reason. And it's down here, and not sure which one here, this one or this one. We'll take this one first and see if that, yeah, that'll work. And now we'll just kind of manipulate it a little bit to get it to where we want it. Something like that, and we'll drag that down. Maybe not so wide there, drag it back out, something like that. We'll just go ahead and activate auto sweep so we can see what's going on here. Yeah, there we go. And we have that little nice little domey thing going on. And maybe down a little bit more. All right, we'll hit enter. All right, and now before we go any further, let's go ahead and do some cleanup on that. This is still closed, right? Ding, ding. Yes, okay. So let's go to our solids and let's grab a blend edge here, since this is a solid. So we'll grab this. 0.2 should be fine, and just give it a little roundness there, make it look like it's set, right? Enter. And we'll check it, make sure it's still closed. Yep, okay. And we have this here. So what we want to do here is we want to go ahead and extract an ISO curve. And we want to put it right in the middle there and hit enter. And then we'll grab that curve. We'll go to our gems and gems on rail, right? Select our rail, that curve there, hit enter. Select our target surface just so we know it's there, and we'll take, let's see, we'll take this one and we'll just swing it on around here and butt that up pretty close. And we want to drop the size of those gems down a little. And we'll go ahead and table it. And I'm going to, just because I like to, drag it in just a little bit more. There we go. And then hit enter. And I'll go to my wireframe, grab those gemstones, and we'll go to cutters, and we'll grab a cutter there. And this one, I think I'll just leave it at the default so we don't change it up. Open it up some, go to placement, drag it up some, something like that perhaps. Go to give it a surface so we can see how much we have. And we'll just go ahead and say this is good. We'll go to our solids menu. We'll do a Boolean difference from this enter, and we have that. And that's a little bit too wide there, right? We'll go ahead and hit enter, and we'll get rid of this surface here. But I am going to go back to my channel cutter and do a little editing. And I'm just going to bump that in a little and hit enter. Maybe a little bit more. And then hit enter. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we have this out here. So we'll just grab those gemstones. We'll go to settings, prong placer. And we will, first of all, drag those up. And maybe nudge them out just a pinch. Maybe not that much. Maybe drop that prong diameter down a little. Nudge them back in just a little. There we go. And maybe not so high. Drop them down. I mean, I would, if this is more for the render, but I would leave them up there. Better to have too much than not enough. And then we'll just go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so there's the top of our ring. This is what we got so far. And again, it's not a bad look. It's just, I don't know. Just me probably. So now we got this. So let's go ahead, go back to our solids, scroll all the way down here. No, is this, yeah, wire cut, right? This wire cut. Select our cutting curves. That'll be this, and then hit enter, and then objects to cut. That'll be this, and then hit enter, and just kind of drag it out and click, and it'll automatically cut that out for us. We don't have to do any surface type stuff and capping or anything like that. Get rid of that side, get rid of this side, and now we have a hollow gypsy set kind of ring. Last thing you might want to do is we'll need to put a shank on it, right? So, you know, if you like that way that is there, you can go in here and just extract an ISO curve. Where's my ISO? There it is. And just click on there. Where did it put my ISO curve? Oh, there it is. Okay. And let's see. We'll drag it out. I guess that'll be okay. And we'll just go ahead and accept that. And then what we'll do is we will go to wireframe, grab a line curve, and we'll go from there to there, and that should be right there. Yep. And we'll go ahead and take all that, and we will join it together. And we will go ahead and take that. Before we do that, it doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and grab that, mirror it over to our other side. And there it is, and we'll hit enter. And now what we'll do is we'll grab one right here, and we'll go to tools, and we'll go to another profile, and we'll take this one and we'll drag it holding down shift to the bottom there, and we'll change that so it's kind of matches those, right? Something like this one. And we want to see what it looks like. So what we'll do, oh, I just got rid of it. My bad. So I hit escape instead of enter. So we'll go, or right click. So we'll go here, change it to this. Shift down, enter. Keep it there. We can make adjustments on it, but in order to make the adjustments live where we can see them, you know, we have to use the parametric suit, and we can't use the old one. The old one would just give us a nice shank real quick, and we don't have to worry about adjusting the seams. But we're going to use the what I mean by that real quick. Just so I click here, I can click there, and there, and enter, and then I can, it'll gives me the seams out there right to adjust. Just makes it easier in that respect. And then just hit enter, and it'll give me a nice shank, right? And we'll go ahead and hit enter, so it gives me something like that, right? But if you're wanting to manipulate it, then you'll want to do this next step. So we'll go down here to the very end, edit tools, adjust seam, right? And then we'll just select this one, hit enter, and we'll have to move that one over. Let's turn on our quad there, right there, and we'll hit enter. We'll grab this one, make sure it's pointing in the right direction as the other one, and then we'll grab this one here, right click, and it's going in the right direction, and it's right there. So now we should be able to do the parametric sweep one with this rail, this profile here, this profile here, this profile here, hit enter, and there you go. Now we can manipulate, we'll just go ahead and, yeah, let's bump this up just a little. Yeah, that looks okay. We'll go ahead and hit enter. We'll grab this here, and we'll, oh, did I not? I must have got rid of the parametric when I laid out the thing there. So let's just go ahead and do this again. Tools, profile. Oh, I know, I switched it to the wrong side. That's what broke history. This one you don't want to switch. You want to keep it where, so you want to adjust everything to this one. So we'll go ahead and hit enter. We'll take this one and we'll check out where it's at first. Facing that way. Okay, so now I'll grab this one and right click, and we want to face it that way. And I'll grab this one, right click, and it's facing that way. So we should be good to go. So let's go back to that surface one parametric here, 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 and here, and enter. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and hit enter, and then I'll grab this one. Now I can edit it, right? So I can kind of get on the side here, and if I want it, you know, maybe wider or thinner or change the profile or whatever, I'm able to do that, right? So there you go. That's pretty much it. It's really a simple ring to make, and you got a nice hollowness into it. You just have to boolean everything together, do your gem cutters, you know, on the stones there, and maybe do one for there as well. But pretty cool, huh? That's just a real quick way to make a little ribbed ring, right? The next video, what I'll do is I'll go in and we'll refine this to make it look, you know, more even. But hopefully this video helps, and if it does, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, buy me a cup of coffee, and smash the notification bell, and of course, share the content. Thanks very much for watching, and good designing.